You gonna keep going? Go ahead, keep going. God damn it! Are you that guy? You're not that guy, are you? Just knows that one loop of the song, and that's the only part of the song you sing. I don't know if I told you this one time before, but I was a guest of the county. They had me on a little bit of a stay, and this dude in this downstairs, he kept singing this one verse of this Rick Ross song, bro, and I wanted to just God, I wanted to kill him, bro. Yeah, I just kept yelling, "Shut the fuck up!" Everybody kept yelling, "Shut the fuck up!" He kept singing that same just one verse on the loop. That's the only part of the song he do. I don't know how. I don't know if he made it out of there alive because I left before him, but I hope somebody got to him. Anyway, Front Row Wrestling Podcast. I am Mr. KS. That is Huck. How are you, sir? Is it because of the 2025? Not project, not project 2025. College football 2025. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. So what you want to get into? What craziness in wrestling do you want to get into first?
Whatever
I'm
you
gonna,
have on the agenda is what we will go with.
we can go with the MJF and AEW redoing the storyline from when they threw the title in the trash. We can start there. We can start with the Drew Jungle Boy picture. We can start there. We can the ending of Blood and Guts when Darby Allin wanted to set somebody on fire. Like
I'm sorry, I had to fix my audio. I was having the audio issues just now. So now, can everybody hear me out there? I'm heard. They didn't hear my beautiful singing. We have to do the intro again. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to do the intro again. Uh, anyway, so I guess like Slammiversary would be good one to start off with, wouldn't it?
let's start on a high note because the arena was actually full, 4,000 people. Was
That's
it four
good for
thousand?
TNA.
Hell yeah, that's good for TNA. Solid show. Nick
It
Nemeth
was.
is your new TNA World Champion. So yeah, it's
Nick Namath is the new champion, correct?
yes,
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler, Nikki's ex. Can we call him Nikki Bella's ex?
Oh man, what a fuck up that was. But yeah,
Is it really a fuck up though?
I don't know. She seems like one of those that, maybe John Cena had it right all along because she seems like she would be like one of those very obsessive, crazy chicks that just you
I
don't
mean, she's aging beautifully, but I'm just saying, like,
beautifully, but she might be one of those that have that mental issues and you just can't deal with it.
you know what? I thought Brie was the wholesome one, but I'm thinking she's the one with the issues.
Right, right. I kind of thought that for the longest time, like it was always Brie might have been the problem, but I don't think it's Brie. I think Nikki's definitely the problem.
Well, either way, Nick Nemeth, however you want to look at it, he dodged the bullet. He's your TNA World Champion, and
And good for him. I
good,
deserving.
good, good for him. Good for him. I'm yeah.
We good?
No shade at him at all. I'm just
Let me stop.
do you does this give him the gratification of from being let go from WWE? Like, is this a look what you let go, or is it just hey?
Look at it this way. We touched on this I think even last show, like the guys that go out there and make a name for themselves that just sometimes have to leave. And even though Dolph Ziggler deserved all and more in WWE, I think maybe this is his opportunity to be like a Drew McIntyre or a Cody Rhodes, and maybe he'll circle back around, and I think he will before it's over with, and he'll shoot back into WWE and have one big run before it's all said and done with. He's been around for a long time, honestly.
You think he'll come back? I don't think. See, that's the thing.
I
I
think
don't
he
think.
will.
I don't think a lot of these wrestlers need to come back though.
He might not. He might just be fine the way he is because he's got other things going on. He is a stand-up comedian. He's actually kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. He was funny at WWE. But I don't. The way they going now, I think they actually invested in younger talent. I think they brought back unless you're like a real big name, and I'm not saying he's not a big name. He's just not. It's not CM Punk, right? So I don't unless you're somebody on that level. I don't think they're bringing in people they let go who are not on that level.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see. It'd be nice to see him come back and have a little last great hurrah. Same with the Hardys. You know, not a long term thing, but one like Hall of Fame, whatever, a little hurrah. So,
Are they talking to me or you?
they are very good. I agree. Thank you. You might be a bot. I'm sure you're a bot, but you're a bot with some good
Okay,
AI intelligence.
okay, Tony Khan and the bots are out again. Did you say the bot had AI intelligence? Didn't it already have? It's a robot. It
I
comes with
guess
AI
I don't know.
intelligence.
It keeps getting better. It keeps getting crazier, man. It's wild. The AI is wild now.
Have you gotten an AI phone call yet?
Yes, and it's weird.
Is it like creepy weird or just
It's
weird and
definitely
weird
creepy
feeling?
weird because we come from, me and you are close to the same age group.
Yeah,
Though we
we come
come,
from we come from when you can stick a quarter in a phone and make a phone call.
yeah, we come from that last age group that actually we were the kids that went outside and still played in the
Yeah.
yard and the street and stuff. Um, so it is a bit little creepy to me, but I'm not scared of it. I don't think a lot of people get scared of it and think Terminators are coming and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know about all that, but
Here's some information I got from an evidence officer. Just a guy who works in evidence for the, you know, for the government. I put it that way. He works in evidence. He said so when you get these phone calls and they're hang and like you say something and they hang up, that's an AI call. They're recording your voice. That's what he said.
where it's over. Maybe they are coming for us.
You're gonna get a knock on the door from a robot that sounds just like you.
Right, and then they're gonna take over and take your live phone for you, which a lot of celebrities they say that's already like that. It's not the real Avril
Oh,
Lavigne,
you've
so
seen those videos when supposedly the celebrities get stuck, like they get they say they're being glitched when they're
yeah.
just stuck. Like I don't know, maybe me personally, I think that particular celebrity might have had a good smoke or good sniff before they came out. That's what that is.
Uh,
So yeah, we let's get into this MJF thing. So you didn't see it, right? You say you
I
didn't
did
see it.
not. I did not see AEW
I,
this
I
week.
don't I don't I don't know what they got so many damn belts. Is it the international whatever it is, whatever belt he beat Will Ospreay for, right? So he's changing the name to the not U.S. Championship, but he changed it to the American Championship, some shit like that, right?
Hmm.
It's a belt, looks like a flag, look, whatever. And he threw the old belt in a trash can. Now, the younger folks don't know when we say that's a recycled storyline. When Medusa went to WCW and threw the women's title in the trash can, that's
Right.
pretty much what he did. And I'm like, if there was ever a storyline you don't want to repeat, that might be one of them.
I mean, because even though during that time, I'm not gonna lie, during that time, we both grew up watching it. It seemed like, oh, cool. But you go back in time, and even Medusa said it in her Hall of Fame speech. You've heard her in interviews. She regrets leaving the WWE.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to do that. You're just basically saying, this title means nothing. I get trying to tell a story, and I'm all for the storylines in AEW because God bless them, they need them. But
This TikTok, this is apple juice. Do not ban me. I have to make that clear.
what
This is apple
you get
juice.
you get banned from drinking alcohol on TikTok?
Shh. It's apple juice.
I'm
But
just
yes,
I
yes,
know that's apple juice, but
yes, you do.
really,
Go figure. You can.
what
We got.
can
We
you
got.
can you curse on TikTok?
Yeah, you can curse, but we got
But
women. We got women on TikTok. Stripping it down, showing their goodies. Hell, we got men doing it as well. We got everything else, but you can't drink.
I don't even want to know how you came across a man stripping down. So
Man, I'm telling you, just scan through TikTok for a while, and you're gonna see everything wild.
I don't know how your algorithm got on that one, buddy. But
I
hey,
don't either.
no judgment. Whatever. It's whatever you like.
That's true.
But yeah, yeah, I wouldn't do that. But so it's gonna be him and Will Ospreay and all that. I'm actually wanting to see that match. Did you see the hour long match they had? You didn't
I
see that
did, and
either.
I'm actually intrigued to watch it as well. Again, I don't dislike I don't like him, but I don't mind watching his matches, and I'm talking about Will. But I'm still big on MJF, and a lot of people are, and I just hope he beats the dog shit out of him. Honestly,
Unfortunately, I think Will Ospreay is getting that title back because
I'm
it's in
sure he
women's.
is.
That whole thing. So
The thing about it is that AEW definitely wants to keep him and don't want to let him go back to Japan or anything. So I'm sure.
no, he's getting them. He's getting money like what $3 million to wrestle once a week.
Yeah.
That's easy money. Uh, in the blood and guts, like I said, Darby Allin, he poured gas on Jungle Boy and threatened to set him on fire. Again, we've seen it done before in WWE, and that's something else we don't want to see again. I'm not. You would be an idiot to think that was real gas.
Well,
I'm just.
I'll say this. I went to Fort Myers, Florida, and those guys we know from that one hobby that actually are real indie wrestlers. The last show I went to of theirs, there was
But
they.
before you say that, speaking of indie wrestlers, shout out to what's his name? He broke his. He hurt his foot. Drake. So
I seen
he's
that.
injured.
Yeah, yeah,
Some shout out to him.
yeah.
But
But so I when I was there, they kind of did that whole scenario as well because she was going to light the table on fire, though. It didn't work out. You know why it didn't work out? Because it wasn't real gasoline. And she poured it in her hand, out of all things, and went around to the crowd, and I was in the front row, and she, paintbrushed me, and I was like, if that was real gasoline, bitch, we about to really have a fight. But it was not. It was water. But if it'd been real gasoline and that was a memory. I wish I would have been on film. She paintbrushed me and it was by accident. But if that'd been real gas, I'd
just
been carried away.
I don't condone violence against women, but if a woman paintbrushes you with gasoline, you have all
I
rights to
think
do
you
what
have
you
all
need.
the right to go ahead and just maybe not a
Because
punch, but at least a good clothesline.
who's to say what she doesn't have a match following that paintbrush, bro? Like we're not playing like that. No.
I had a Draven Frost, the same event. I had Draven Frost make told me to get down, and then he leapfrogged over me and clotheslined his opponent. So, they throw a hell of an indie show. I will say that.
I've never been to Florida. Um, I take that back. I have been to Florida, but I wasn't there long enough to say I was in Florida.
Florida's
Caught it.
fun.
I caught our cruise ship went back to Florida, and then we caught a plane.
Yeah. You
No,
can
I
get in a
wasn't.
lot of trouble in Florida.
I would imagine you could. I would. Any kind of trouble
Yeah.
in Florida.
There's a lot of different colors, and I don't mean anything racist by that. I mean like colors in general.
Red, blue,
Every
green,
rainbow,
yellow.
you just never know. You might pick a batch of rednecks over here, then you might pick the rainbow over here. There's a whole lot going on in Florida.
I would like to see what would happen when the rednecks and the rainbows get together.
I think they party together. Honestly, once they get drunk, it's kind of like all the same. They just fucking love each other. It's all good.
Moonshine and White Claw, bro.
I mean, it's eventually the thing is, once you drink enough, it's all fucking alcohol. So
Pretty much. Well, if you came here for AEW, that concludes our AEW talk for the day. You mentioned it earlier. Might as well get into it. This right here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this pick right there.
that is not all our AEW talk because that is half of the AEW talk right
Well,
there.
well, well, no, that's all because this is more important to WWE than
It
it is
is. It
AEW.
is.
So, but
Now, I think Drew. This is a bit of an act, and he did delete it, but I think he deleted it on purpose. I don't think he was told to delete it.
you don't think somebody said, "Hey, Why are you taking a picture with an AEW guy?
Why are we promoting AEW? Because let's face it, AEW guys show up at WWE events and they're like in the crowd or backstage, and vice versa when Charlotte goes to AEW or whatever. So, honestly, to feel the fuel that Drew McIntyre has with CM Punk. This is perfect, and I wish CM Punk would bring it up and be like, "You deleted that pretty quick, didn't you?" They need to use that.
Phil's going to bring that up.
He should.
He's going to bring it up. But I'm like, people are making a big deal out of it, and it is a big deal considering who it is, right? And the story that's going along with it.
Exactly.
But you got these people in the bubble who are like,
still look good over?
They're like, I literally saw what somebody said Drew's gonna get fired for that.
No.
And I'm like, do you know who's in charge of the company Drew works for?
Right. I mean,
do you know the guy used to be a wrestler?
Yeah. And not just a wrestler. He was kind of like almost in charge of the whole, attitude thing, like where they was doing crazy shit. Him and Triple H, or him and Shawn pretty much started the whole craziness. So,
again, like I said, these people they're in the IWC fan bubble. These people know each other. It don't matter what company they work for.
You shut your mouth back there, cat. You can't be on the show.
That's cruel to the cats. And I don't like cats, but that's cruel to the cats. Can't yell at the cats. But no, man, these people know each other. These are not strangers.
No.
Like people at AEW are friends with people in WWE and vice versa.
Are we still leaving that up, or we're gonna take that down? Okay, I was just wondering.
I forgot it was even up there.
Well, like Jack Perry, he's very forgettable, so it's understandable.
But yeah, I don't know why people. I mean, it's a big deal because of the story and the people involved. But outside of that's where the big deal ends. It's not really that. It's not that deep for people to be upset about.
Again, I think like everything that's going to boil down to that. I hope CM Punk actually brings a mention to it. I hope they kind of use it in some way. It's there too good not to. Exactly, it's too good not to.
And, by the way, if you didn't see the belt, this is the belt.
Is that the United States Championship, or what is that?
I don't. They're not. They call this. It's not called the United States Championship, but it's called like the American Championship or some shit like that.
I mean, because I guess you'd get in trouble for calling it a United States Championship, or you just want to call it something different. Just
I don't care what you call it. The belt is ugly as hell.
I do like that it has the whole United States there in the middle, as opposed to
that's too much United States though. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Look, we live in times where either you're a patriot or you're not.
You're a patriot or you're a terrorist, one of the two.
One of the two.
Can you say that on TikTok?
We didn't say that. How about that? We did not say that.
Oh my God. TikTok. I knew it was a reason I don't really have that thing. I have it. I just don't do it.
It seems like it just depends on who you are, and I'm hoping because we have diversity on this show that we can get away with some things, but we got to be careful. We gotta be careful.
We're a very diverse podcast here. We accept all, except for three-legged monkeys. We don't like three-legged monkeys.
Never seen one of those, but I'll trust you.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not because
because I know where you're going. Nope, you're not gonna do it. I know where you're going.
I talked to Rob this week. That should tell you everything right there.
I miss that guy. He's fun.
So I got a message from him. You told me to message him.
He said, "Fuck that guy."
No, he didn't. He said, neither one of you can remember who did what.
That seems about right.
So I don't know who's got who's,
I'll message him on one of my other profiles.
It seems that neither one of you can remember any fucking thing.
It's not the fact of trying to remember things. It's the fact of maybe you just don't want to remember things.
I'm leaning towards that part. Y'all just don't want to. And it's understandable. I'm trying to forget a lot of the last 8 years myself.
Tell me about
Trying
it.
trying to block a lot of it out. All right. SummerSlam's next week, next Saturday.
I am hyped. I got steaks ready to cook. We ready to go.
There's two names that are rumored to be showing up at SummerSlam: Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
I see Roman more than Brock, but
I see Brock more than Roman
do you really?
because I don't think Roman should. I think we need to let this cook a little more before Roman shows up. I
That
think
you
we're
might be
too
right.
soon.
Because when is
Because
Survivor Series? The Survivor Series is another
I
3 months
know,
out, correct?
yes, it's in November.
Yeah.
I think he shows up to Bad Blood. That's more.
Now, what do you see if Brock does come back? The obvious of with Gunther or just spontaneous? Like how
Spont.
WWE has been good at doing like the shows. I love how WWE does that. By the way, the show's ending, goodbye everybody, and all of a sudden, and you're like, oh, it's happening, So
So basically, you're saying SummerSlam's going off. We get the little marker in the corner, and all of a sudden,
maybe the main event is Gunther and oh geez, that's what you do when you
Damian Priest, man.
Damian Priest. And I actually love Damian Priest. I wish he'd win. He's not, but I'd love for him to win.
No, you know what? I'm not going to. This is one time I'm not going to be upset if Gunther loses. You know what I want
He
to happen,
deserves
and
it.
if it don't happen, I'm never watching WWE again. If Braun Breaker don't win that IC title, I'm never
Braun
watching
Breaker's
WWE.
winning. Braun Breaker's definitely winning this time.
I'm going strictly TNA and NWA. That's it.
TNA and NWA. Hey, not bad programs. I've been watching a lot more TNA. Pretty good stuff.
I'm going TNA and NWA. I'm not watching anything WWE. I'm canceling my Netflix. I'm canceling my Peacock. I'm
Damn.
done with it all.
No
Yeah.
Netflix. Nothing on Netflix. No Stranger Things. No Dexter. No Breaking Bad. It's all gone.
I've never seen Stranger Things or Dexter, so
I don't know if you'd be the type of fella that would enjoy Stranger Things. I do.
I'm
It's really
my,
good.
my kids like it. So
Now Dexter's pretty interesting. I would recommend checking out Dexter.
I think I tried it once. It's a little too slow for me.
It picks up at the end of the first season, and then the second, third, and fourth is
I
like
a
top tier.
whole season for this thing to hit the fucking speed limit. Come on, bro. Like,
Then after season four, a lot of people stopped kind of liking it. I still kind of liked it. It was just how they ended it was kind of shitty. And all I can say is just try to watch it if you ever got the time. It's pretty good. There's a twist
I,
at the end of season one that'll bring you in.
I'll give it another try. I'll give it that old college try. Um, we'll see.
What's wrong? Anyway,
Did did you just tap?
I did it. Hold on.
That's my that's my gimmick, dog.
Oh, my bad.
I'm
Oh, shit. I just stole your gimmick. Gimmick infringement.
I'm the one with the fucked up mic, man. I'm the one that hits the mic. No, but no, yeah. If I need Braun to win, I need
Anyway,
anyway.
we.
Tell her she gonna have to get a camera
I know.
much she
She's
talk.
supposed to be just my assistant. She's not helping. Then I got the cat yelling at me in the back. It's just
Tell
it's
her to
it's
tell
hard
her to
here.
take the cat out back and yell at it in Puerto Rico.
What do you want? Go feed that cat.
He wants attention from you.
It's hard around here. I'm telling you. When I tell
Is
you
that
it's hard
is that
around
is
here.
that is that normal where you live at? The pussy wants attention from you. Is
I
that
mean,
normal where you live?
I give it as much as attention as I can. Almost my undivided attention, but my attention span is short nowadays, so I have to fucking try to spread it as much as I can.
You gotta juggle the pussy and college football 25 days.
I'm
It's a
telling
tough
you, that
choice.
college football 25 is so good.
I'm mad at them. You know what? Somebody made fun of me because remember I told you I had to update my Xbox. Somebody's like, well, how do you still have an Xbox One? And I'm like, because I'm a grown ass man with a job and children. I don't sit around and play video games all
Which
day.
is understandable, but coming from a guy that does still do a lot of gaming, even though I got all those things as well, but I'm trying to have a little bit of a career in podcasting, streaming, gaming, etc. At least a little part time or quarter time
Right. But
career in it. I think it's a good thing that they didn't put it on previous consoles and they focused
I
on
mean,
new consoles.
it's a great business move because
Yeah.
you want people to buy the new shit.
Well, they're
You don't want-
already talking about PlayStation 6, and I'm like, bro, some people don't even have PS5 yet. They're just now getting PS5.
right.
Slow down. Wait like 3 years at least. 3 more years? Fuck, 2 more.
I'm so old school. I was against getting a discless, console.
Yeah.
Like so, but now I have to get a console with all digital downloads because they're dragging me into the future of kicking and screaming. But I don't like this at all.
Uh,
I'm still a guy. I want my memory cards back.
the memory cards were so cool back in the day, man. I remember playing the
Just trade memory
PlayStation.
cards.
Such a good thing.
You know what my memory card was full of?
What?
Shit from Gran Turismo.
I had a lot of Gran Turismo. The original Gran Turismo was really good, and the original Need for Speed games were good. Hot Pursuit, oh man, I had so much fun
I
with
was
that.
hot, man. Look, 3 or 4 J's,
It
the
just
fella,
they're not as
and
good as they were.
it wasn't even the graphics. It was just fun running from the fucking
Right.
cops.
And it's like, yeah, the graphics look better now, but the gameplay ain't the same. Just take the old game and remaster it with the newer graphics.
It's almost like we sacrificed gameplay for graphics.
I'm one of those that'll still go back and play old games or remastered games for the gameplay, the better gameplay, as opposed to the better graphics.
I found my son has the Nintendo Switch, right?
Love the Switch.
And I don't really mess around. I got my Xbox One. I play football and I play basketball, and occasionally I play wrestling when I have time. That's it. Um, but his Nintendo Switch, I discovered he already knew, but he didn't bother to tell me because I guess he didn't want me playing this old shit. But you can get all the Nintendo games on the Switch,
They
and
have
so I found it, and I was in there playing Super Tecmo Bowl. I was
yep.
playing Excite Bike. I was playing Super Mario Brothers. Like I blew his mind because I played the very first Mario Brothers and was skipping through the boards. He was like, "How
And
did
he's
you know
like,
that
how
was
you
there?"
do that? Right.
He's
It's
like, "How
like,
did you know that was there?" I'm like,
this
"Dude,
some
this
old
game.
shit, kid.
I was playing this before I was your age. Like Nintendo came out when I was 9.
It is cool with the Switch because they have the NES emulator, the Super Nintendo emulator. They have a Sega emulator,
Hmm.
a Game Boy emulator, and an N64 emulator. So the Switch
I
is,
played the Game Boy one. He's looking at because I was playing Tetris on the Game Boy. He was like, "This is so boring."
dude, I can still play Tetris and have a
If
good
you
time.
had a Game Boy, that's pretty much the first game you got when you got a Game
Yeah.
Boy. A lot of my diverse friends had Paperboy, and
Paperboy.
I hated that shit, bro. Like,
I used to play the hell out of Paperboy.
no, I couldn't. I couldn't.
Mm.
If you couldn't get me to play that, if you bought me the game,
Hitting people with the papers and stuff. It was fun. Now you go
I'd
back and
rather,
play it. It's like, oh,
I'd rather play Frogger, bro. I'd rather play
I ain't gonna
Frogger.
lie. I've played Frogger recently, actually. So
On what?
it's on the Nintendo.
I ain't see it on there.
So
But
is Battletoads. Battletoads is on the emulator.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking for Excite Bike. I was looking for Tecmo Bowl.
Inside Back is on there.
I was looking for Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
I didn't see Duck Hunt, but I don't think you can play Duck Hunt on that. Can you?
Uh, just Super Mario's on there. Nah, they don't have Duck Hunt yet. I wish they would bring out a new version of Duck Hunt, or at least the old one, where you can play it on the Switch and have the gun. I
Yeah,
had 2 versions of the gun. I had the regular gray one, and then I had the orange shotgun.
Oh, you had the orange. Okay, I had them both too. I had my gun was mine was like red and gray.
Yeah, I remember seeing the red and gray as well. I think they came out with that second. The original one was like gray and well,
just
gray,
all gray. Looked like
light
some
gray and dark gray.
damn space pistol or some shit.
There was one something where you shot people as well, but it was like a big ass cannon that would go into them. I forgot what they called it, but
Maybe,
fun.
maybe this only happened in the hood. I don't know, but when I Nintendo, because your Nintendo, it wasn't like an Xbox. You could have an Xbox for years. You couldn't keep your unless you was one of those anal people about your console.
Mm,
That Nintendo wasn't lasting no more than a year and a half, 2 years.
yeah,
So we cut the cord on our duck hunt gun, and we was using that as a gun outside playing with it.
and I did the same thing. Sure did.
Because my mother was the type, she didn't allow us to have toy guns. But since that one came with a video game,
Yeah,
it's got a cord on it. You can't do nothing with that
man.
bullshit.
Now though, you wish you would have hung on to those things because just that Nintendo gun is expensive as hell.
We got there's a store here, bro, about 15 minutes from here. I forgot what it's called, Game Haven or something like that.
Like an old school, not GameStop, but like an old school game. Yeah,
Because they have D&D tournaments in there and all that shit in there. So
we have them around here. Yeah.
it's has a smell to it because certain people are in there and then they don't bathe. They just wear sweatpants and comic book shirts and they sit and play D&D all day.
Mm.
That's them. But they had the Power Glove in there. They had the GameCube in there. They had the Power Pad, and it was insanely priced, bro.
It's the nostalgia of those games are more than like the
It
PlayStation
costs
5 will
more
be.
now than it did when it first came out.
Yeah, because it's a rare commodity.
But I do have a Miss Pac-Man arcade machine back there. I only paid 100 for it.
Hey, that was another thing. You was talking about the emulator. That's one thing I started playing on the Sega emulator. The Miss Pac-Man that came out for Sega, where you could do the super crazy everything move. And I always liked Miss Pac-Man more than I liked original Pac-Man because you could do more.
How the hell did we get on?
I don't know, but this is not about wrestling. It,
It could be.
we talk about everything here, and gaming and
And
wrestling
this,
goes hand in hand.
yeah, most people, most wrestling fans are gamers, and most gamers are wrestling fans.
Look, we're all in that age group where we love it all.
Well, one last thing I want to get into. Tony Khan did an interview where he said,
Of course, he
well,
did.
he was asked about working with, or did he think it was possible, or could he see a situation where WWE and AEW could work together?
Hmm.
He said it was possible, but there's hurdles. There's hurdles to it. He doesn't think it'll ever happen, and whatever political answer he gave. My thing is, if you think there's hurdles there, it's because you put them there.
Yeah,
You put those hurdles there. Like you didn't have to come out and say anything about WWE negative. You didn't have to come out and bash them. You didn't have to come out there and call the company the Harvey Weinstein company. Like all of that was unwarranted, bro.
who does it benefit? I mean, I see it benefiting WWE a little bit because people want to
Is
see
it-
some of those dream matches, but
But is it enough of a benefit for them to deal with
no,
that though?
probably not. I mean, no. Like I don't even like these guys are earning bukus of millions of dollars to go to Saudi Arabia and other places. You know, so does Tony Khan even have enough money to be able to say, "All right, I want to do it. I'm going to give y'all this boatload of money to do it." It would have to be on his move, I think.
To them, I don't even take money out of it, right?
Right, that'd be great.
Let's take money out of it, right? Could you imagine a conversation with Triple H and Tony Khan talking wrestling?
I can imagine Triple H making Tony Khan look, I'm not going to use the R word, sorry, silly.
But I mean, just in terms of wrestling business, say what you want about the man. Triple H sat under the Vince McMahon learning tree.
Oh
There
yeah,
was
he's intelligent.
anybody in the business of anybody in business in general, but anybody in the wrestling business, TV business, entertainment business that you're gonna learn from,
Yeah.
you might want to again, say what you want, but the man took a regional company, took it global. Well, took it national, then took it
He put
global.
almost every he and eventually he did put everybody else out of business.
Put everybody else out of business. He's pretty much WWE's the blueprint of wrestling. You think wrestling, you think WWE. Nobody goes, hey, you watch wrestling? Yeah, what people are like, yeah, I watch WWE. They don't even
Yeah.
say I watch wrestling. They say I watch WWE.
I mean, when I sometimes do surveys online because they actually pay pretty decently and they don't take long. And hey, a few extra dollars for gas or whatever is hey what it is. But I get into a lot of surveys over sports, and when they ask about like, hey, what sports do you watch? It comes up as WWE. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
come
come up
up
as
anything
wrestling.
else. Yeah, right. And a
But
lot of people might still get mad at that, but if it wasn't for Vince, if it wasn't for those early days and into the, the '90s and the Attitude Era and into the Ruthless Aggression and now it wouldn't be what it is today.
and that's the funny. That's another thing. I don't understand why people get mad at that. What do you? Why are you mad? Because the company that got you into wrestling or got made wrestling famous. Why are you mad at that? Like that makes no sense to me.
For a while, I could understand being a little annoyed, like when it was just WWE for the most part,
But that's
and
not their fault though.
no, that's not well, a little bit maybe, but
I mean, is it okay? Put it to you like this: you gotta you like to cook, right? You got a restaurant, right? You move in next to a Chick-fil-A and whatever name restaurant here, right? Or Applebee's, and your food is better than
well,
both.
we're definitely gonna beat Applebee's. Applebee's is trash.
I'm just saying, if your food is better than both, and they eventually go out of business because your food was better,
Yeah.
whose fault is it? Is it yours or their fault?
That's
Or not?
on them technically. Yeah, that's on them technically.
So you can't blame Vince for he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah,
He
I
made it to the
mean,
company.
and I'm pretty sure if Tony Khan could do the same right now to WWE, he would.
Yeah. If and I will say this to any AEW fan, I will say this to Tony Khan. Don't be mad at the company that's better than you. Take that anger or take whatever hate you got, flip that, and make your shit better.
I mean, what did Eric Bischoff want to do?
He wanted to put Vince out of business. So what did he
Exactly.
do? He made his stuff better, and they beat Vince for a
For
while
a
because
long time.
they were thinking they were going out of business for a while.
And
And
if
then
he
what?
would have had a little extra management, he probably would have succeeded.
But what did Vince do? He said, "Okay, they're kicking our ass. I'm tired of losing, so I'm gonna make my shit better."
And it got a lot better. I
And
eventually remember, even though Hogan was still there and Nash, the end of it, I would watch it, but I would mostly watch WWE. It got to a point later that I started watching more WWE.
you can't be mad at the man who, like. I don't know, man. I'm a logical thinker. I say that, and I live my life logically. Like,
Look, I don't see him seeing behind bars, and if the things that he's really accused of are true, then he has to meet his maker. You
yeah,
know, that's a whole different thing. But as far as like
we're
recognizing
gonna,
him
we
for
can
what
have
he
a nice
did,
good conversation when that whole thing comes to a head. We're gonna
oh,
have a
that's
good
going to be a
conversation.
whole conversation. What? We just discussed Brock Lesnar earlier about he's being talked about, rumored for SummerSlam, which they should. If that would be perfect, honestly. Again, since you mentioned that, if it's the show's ending and all of a sudden that hits that theme, that infamous theme that everybody hates to hear but loves to hear, and that hits, man,
What
that's
if you
gonna.
don't? What if you don't hear that?
And he
What if
just
you
walks
hear?
out.
No. What if you hear, ladies and gentlemen? My name is,
Oh, that would be deep. That would be deep.
and he starts to say stuff, and then you think he's bringing out Roman Reigns,
That'd be
but
deep.
Brock.
That'd be deep. That'd be a swerve. That'd be a swerve on top of a swerve because everybody thinks that it might be Sami Zayn that joins in with the whole bloodline thing. But what
I
if
don't. I'm not.
Brock joined them for one night? One night. I'm not saying, but one night.
You know what? I don't want Sammy or Brock, but if I had to pick between the two, I would pick Brock because I just don't. I think Sammy
That
is.
I'm sorry, I love Jacob Fatu, but man, you put Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and then the Usos on the same team,
Oh, and you know they supposedly signed the other son.
yeah, and you know you're gonna see him. So
He's in this. Was he 6'8"?
yeah, he's a big guy.
Triple H said it was up to him now, though.
So I mean, and that's another thing. Discussing Brock Lesnar, Triple H has done went on another interview saying that it's completely up to Brock Lesnar when Brock comes back, or if Brock comes back, it's on Brock. So you know, yeah, that's basically saying yes.
I'm pretty sure they've had a few conversations over the
Oh yeah,
months.
Brock's name is cleared. We can pretty much go ahead and
I don't
understand
even know
this
why his name was in it to begin with.
because of the situation and with Vince and everything. And Brock's name was
So
mentioned.
again, is it his fault that his boss texted him a proposition?
No, that's like if say let's whatever it is, whatever situation, I text you and say, look at that, look at that, look at that, and you're like, whatever, you give me an eye roll emoji back or whatever. It's like, okay, cool, that's me being a dickhead, not you, you know,
Yeah, I can't stop the text from coming. Like,
right. Now, if you engage, which I'm thinking he didn't engage to any
I'm
type of
pretty sure.
extent.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
But if you were like, say, example, if you were to engage and say, "Hey, me and you need to do this thing," da 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 da, 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 and then there might become an issue. So
But even still, nothing happened. And you
right,
can, me personally, I think you can say whatever you want. Actions speak louder than words. I can say all kind of mean shit, but if I don't actually go ahead and do something,
yeah.
leave me alone. I
Well, the
just say some shit.
sensitivity levels are starting to ease up a little bit everywhere in life, not just in wrestling or sports, whatever. So, I mean, and they should. Like, you got to keep a grip on some things, but you got to ease off a little bit on the grip because we're getting a little too sensitive.
I think people are, and we all do it to some extent. I think people need to pick and choose what they're willing to be so sensitive about. Like,
Right.
you gonna be so sensitive about shit that ain't got nothing to do with you?
That and
Like,
not here's the thing, not every man wants to do what you might think every man wants to do. Not every woman wants to do what you think every woman might want to do. Not and that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, I can look at a beautiful woman and say, "Man, I'd like to, do that." That to me feels like a natural instinct
actual
and not
thing,
being
yeah,
a prowler, you know?
yeah, that's not. If I, look, I don't even. I don't. That's a whole different podcast for another day. But the whole, oh, you're a creep type vibe. You're giving me a creep vibe.
And you know what most
What the
cases
hell are you
are?
talking about? You're the one standing out here with your titties bouncing up in my face.
That's what I was about to say. That's what most cases are. You're standing there on TikTok. You got OnlyFans out there. It's kind of like the bad baby situation. She
Hmm.
made her OnlyFans and then turned around and said, "All y'all are creeps. Y'all old men, nasty." I mean, I didn't buy it because I didn't ever think the motherfucker was attractive. First of all, she only had one somewhat decent song. Somewhat decent song. I never thought she was fucking attractive anyway. I certainly didn't buy her OnlyFans, but for you to sit there and flap them around and everything, and then call men creepy, bruh, what kind of bait are you throwing out? What kind of bait are you trying to use?
Yeah.
Because you ain't even catching catfish, and catfish are bottom feeders, bitch.
So I go to my job. One of my builders, my job. One of the buildings at my job has a gym in the basement, and sometimes I go right. And there's a particular female that comes in there, and she knows she looks good, right? She knows she's boom, 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 but she has the bra shirt and the pants with the I don't know how she's not having the yeast infection. They so far up her ass, but and she's got the curly hair, and so she'll do the thing, and I'll be on the treadmill, right? And she'll do whatever she's doing, stretching or yoga poses, God, whatever. And I'm on the treadmill, and I'm trying not to look over that way because I don't want to be called a creep. And you're making me feel uncomfortable because you're staring. Mind you, you're the one standing here with one false move, and you might end up pregnant. I don't know.
Damn.
I'm just like, But and then she comes over because I guess her stuff is right in front of the treadmill. She sits down and takes the water and just does this. I'm like, I'm just trying to
And
lose a
you can
couple
just hear the
pounds.
music playing. I'll take my whiskey neat. You just hear it. It's playing. It's like, yeah, you know what you're doing. Quit that. You
Like,
quit
bro,
it.
I'm just trying to lose a couple pounds. You over here like making a whole steamy video, bro.
Well,
Like, what are you doing?
I'm glad that recently people are starting to call out stuff like that. So I'm not saying there's not creepy women. There's not. Oh, a bad bit. Catch me outside. Yeah, I'm from UK, and even I know. Right, bro. Thank you. Right, like. Did she have a daughter? Apparently she has a daughter now. I didn't know that. That just goes to show that I definitely don't follow her or keep up with her life.
Good for her. I'm happy for her. But yeah, like, don't. You can't get mad at, like, go to the grocery store, right? And you can't tell me you don't know your ass cheeks is coming out your shorts.
Right.
And I'm just trying to pick up some bread, and we just happen to be on the same aisle. And you look at me like, what you looking at? Well, I was trying to pick up some bread, but since you want to bend over and show me your cakes, I'm like, well, look at those.
Right. Now I need to go to the cake aisle. Shit.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, don't come stand in front of me naked.
Did you just freeze? He just froze. That ain't good. Can you still see me?
Be back.
Oh, you froze. You tried to get us canceled.
I
Started
guess
talking about
somebody-
cakes and shit went haywire. See?
Cake.
We got
cake is-
canceled.
Cake is the hot word for the day. Okay, I
Hot
got it.
cakes. Hot cakes.
Oh man, well, we said we was gonna make this a show. We already went 45, 47 minutes, and before we get canceled, before
not
we
hard.
mention anything else, before we get canceled, anything else you'd like to get into, sir? Anything you got going on? Or
I'm gonna still keep up with TNA. I watch NWA usually on YouTube. Of course, I'm gonna be on board watching some WWE. Man, I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. I hope you would think as big as SummerSlam is, you're gonna get some kind of little surprise. But at the same time, the card is stacked. So
pretty-
even if
we-
I get nothing, it's fine.
on that, we'll do a rundown, and I guess we can do predictions next week for the show. But yeah,
We could
it's something-
always wait to Saturday and just stream SummerSlam. So maybe we do that. I don't know.
I can't put it up though, because that the last time we was it Money in the Bank, that video got blocked.
Did it?
Yeah,
It's probably because you showed some of the video, some of the covers. So
I guess I shouldn't do that.
we'll just decide if we should do Friday or Saturday. But
Yeah,
we'll have to
either
remember.
way, yeah, we'll make some picks and all that type stuff. But yeah, it's gotta it's gotta be something. But here's the thing though, I don't want to expect something and then be mad nothing happened. I just want to enjoy the shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be
You know
mad.
that-
if
you know
I
that's
get a
gonna happen,
surprise. Yeah.
You know, if Brock don't show up or if Roman don't show up, somebody's gonna be well, this sucked. Where was Rock? Where is it? I'm like,
That was another thing. I heard that The Rock might pop up. You never know.
never know, but I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. Like I said, if the people that are booked for matches ain't enough for you to tune in and enjoy the show, I don't know what else to tell you.
Then again, you might get neither one of them, and who knows? CM Punk keeps going on talking about AJ Lee and how he wants to bring her back. Leaving he said, you never know. You never know what could happen. Just watch and accept what you get, and have fun because it's gonna be good.
I'll be good as long as Braun Breaker beats Sami Zayn for that title. It's a
Braun
win for
Breaker
me.
wins, I'll say, hey, it's a 10 out of 10.
It's automatic win for me. I don't give a shit, but I mean I do, but
And I ain't
upset.
got nothing against Sami Zayn, but it's Braun Breaker needs that.
I
needs
do.
that.
He's boring. Sami Zayn is boring as fuck.
He all right. He was not born when he was with the Bloodline. I will say that.
He was corny when he was with the Bloodline.
It was funny though.
Okay.
bro. Everybody was Uzi. He's just not feeling Uzi.
That
That was funny.
that part was that was I was
And
looking at
I
that.
was a little intoxicated during that time, and I done hit that bowl a few times, and
Because
that shit had
he
me
said
rolling
it and
tears.
he looked so serious when he said it, so it was
He's
kind
just
of funny.
not feeling very Uzi.
Yeah.
Everybody broke
He-
character. Everybody broke
Uso
character.
started laughing. Uso started laughing. Roman started laughing. Yeah,
Even Solo turned around and was like, "This motherfucker just didn't say this."
I know that some bitch didn't say he wasn't feeling Uzi. I know this. But yeah,
I will
what
say
we got?
this, and when the Usos come out and they say "us" the way they use it, we know what word it's replacing. But I love how they use it in that term, like it's the brotherhood type term, because obviously we know what word they're replacing it with. But it's awesome, and I go around now calling everybody my "us" and stuff, so it's perfect.
But Us actually means brother in Samoan.
Exactly. So that's perfect. It's
But
perfect.
it's so so
I didn't do it.
uh, sneaky. I hope you're enjoying that apple juice, sir.
It's very good apple juice.
It's lost some of its fizz, though. I can
I've
see that.
watched. It has. It's like if you ever watched the clip where the little girl is like, the mom asks, "How's the apple juice?" and she says, "It's good apple juice, good fucking apple juice." So that's the way I feel.
Well, sir, I'm gonna let you go ahead and enjoy that apple juice. I'm gonna go and I don't know what the hell I'm about to go do. I'll probably do some gaming tonight too. Probably. I ain't got to work in the morning. Um,
Whenever you update that Xbox, you're gonna love that 25. That's some good stuff.
that will be the first game I get.
Now that's that here. I will give you some good news. I don't know if you're more of a. You seem like you're probably more of an NFL fan as opposed to
Yes,
college. I'm more of a college fan, but I do like the NFL.
I like college football.
But Madden 25 is going to be based off how they're doing college football 25, and I promise you, if they do that, then Madden will be very enjoyable this year.
Do they have? Is it better angles?
Yes,
And
it's so good. I will try to record some gameplay and let you check it out.
okay. Well, look, yeah. Once I update it, that'll be the first thing I get. But the thing is, updating my Xbox is not at the very top of my list of things to do.
Understandable. Well, everybody's got different priorities. For me, again, I'm
My
I'm I'm mostly trying to focus on half of my career being podcasting and gaming. So
my priority right now is getting this first semester of college finalized and paid for.
I've got about 7 more years till I have to worry about that. So
Well, brother, I suggest you start paying, preparing for it now.
oh,
Telling
there's preparation going on. Trust me, because I want the best, especially. You never know what's going to happen in today's times in the future and what's happening. So
and like I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared because I was basing it off when I went to school, when I left high school and went to school, and stupid me, like things changed from 25 to almost 30 years ago. Like,
the thing,
shit, like,
this has nothing to do about sports, but since we're on the topic, I will say this to any young viewers we have that look, you can't just depend on your parents, but when your parents sit there and say, "Go pay attention, make good grades," because those
there's a reason
donations
for
and
that.
everything that you get for college is going to save your parents money, and it's going to save you in the future.
Even another tip: when they tell you to go and get involved in something, like at school, go join a club, go join something, go do something. That helps too, because damn it, I went to my daughter's scholarship dinner. She got a couple scholarships, and people were getting scholarships for being in theater. People were getting scholarships because they volunteered at a blood drive. Like
Yep,
the American Red Cross
do
gave
it.
out $1,000 because these kids gave blood.
There's
Like what the
nothing
heck?
wrong with having a good time, but pay attention. Pass your class. It's easy. Pass your classes. Try to make
You
all
ain't-
them A's you can, top as you
make
can.
you get as good grades as you can. And if gosh, I wish I had paid learned this, but they don't even teach this in school no more.
Nah.
they don't teach like life skills in school no more.
Nope.
But so I had a couple classes. I went to a vocational school. I had some life skill classes. I should have kept up with them, and not that I'm but those skill classes I would have been better prepared for certain shit than I was.
Absolutely. Same.
They don't
I feel
even
the same way.
they don't even teach that shit in class no more in school no more. So
And another
it's
another thing, getting those better grades and whatnot. I know college loans and student loans are like crazy, but at the same time, the better grades you get and everything, the cheaper that they will be.
I'm gonna tell you now. Learn what different grants they are. Learn the difference between a Pell Grant and a regular grant because
Cheers to that, apple juice.
the difference will determine how much debt you are. Because everything they give you, some of the people want that money back. Bro.
Right. And I will say one other thing. I'm not saying don't pay attention in school because you need whatever focus you want to be professionally, go for it. But if you want to be a regular old Joe like some of us, I mean that's your decision. But I wouldn't suggest it. But at the same time, I have a 2-year tech degree, and I'm a supervisor over a custodial at a college. But you can make more than me. You can make more. I'm saying I'm making enough to live. You can make enough to say fuck everybody. So
What I'm doing and what I went to school for is two totally different things.
yeah,
And that's just how life works, bro.
I have a business law degree and I don't even use it. So that's my stupidity. Don't be stupid like me.
Me, technically, I should have a SAG card and not for acting. I should have one because I went to school to learn how to do all this stuff you see on TV now. I went to school for that.
And
And
see,
now, and now, and see how look at this how times have changed. I went to school for stuff that's I can still use most of the technology because it's just upgraded technology. But the kids today don't even have to go to school for what I went to school for. All you got to do is buy a freaking laptop.
there you go, and
And
you're done. And that's another thing where that's sad. That's good and sad at the same time because a lot of kids are looking like, well, why do I need to waste time in school then?
I think it takes away drive and motivation because they don't have to actually go learn it. They can just flip open a laptop and sit down.
Yeah.
I think so.
But
I don't
trust
know
me,
what
if you want to make $100,000 a year or more, do the
Dude,
right thing.
in 10 years, $100,000 a year ain't gonna be enough for
Also true. Also true.
for a full person family. Bro.
This became an education. We went from wrestling, gaming to education. This is a great podcast.
Who would thought Mr. KS and Huck will be giving life advice?
Hey, we've
Like
we've,
9:30.
we've lived during a good time. Probably some of the best times in life.
I tell people all the time between 1995 and 1995 was the best 10 years of my life.
Same.
So, all right, sir. Next week, get ready for SummerSlam.
We're gonna get ready for SummerSlam. We'll decide if we're gonna do SummerSlam or either Friday before. But either way, we'll be back.
Thank the people watching on YouTube. Thanks to the people watching on Twitch. I guess the people you got TikTok covered. So
I
shout
love
out to
that
those.
more people are engaging. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a whole lot.
I love that people are still giving trying to give us.
Even the bots, we appreciate you.
Love the advice from the bots. Appreciate you guys too.
Yep.
All right. Well, hope you learned something, sir. We try to educate the masses, but if not, we'll be back next week and you can learn from us.
Stay in school.
Stay and don't do drugs.
Don't.
At least not the hard ones.
No, don't do the hard ones.
The leafy ones are all right. Don't do the hard ones.
The leaf ones. That's true. The leaf ones are all right.
Just don't do the hard ones. I am Mr. KS. That is Huck. This is the Front Row Wrestling Podcast. We are out.
Well, how'd that go? Pretty good. All right.